Hello, big beautiful world. Today I've gone and bit the bullet. I've done as many people have advised and splashed out on this little cub, the new Classic Aircraft Simulations Cub. It is drop dead gorgeous. It is a pain in the butt to start. Of the 5 attempts I've made, I think I've only managed to successfully go through the motions and start it twice. So I've just got it up and running at the moment for fear of losing it all. We're going to take off out of Commodore, Sausalito in San Fran. Hopefully, with a bit of luck, it might be San Fran with a difference. So, let's get up in the air. I don't know what to expect. This, I only bought it the other day, just before it dropped. All I know is that there's everything. Hang on. Do we have the rudder? The rudder's not dropping, and it was dropping before. That's interesting. Let's open up the throttle. Perfecto. Darn, it feels good. Oh, now, oh. Don't know what's going on there. Want to make sure that we're doing the right thing. Alright, so that's off to a good start. We didn't crash into any boats. For that I'm grateful. Be a good day for it. Wow, pretty looking boats down this way. So like I said, it's going to be San Fran with a difference. I must admit I've been a little bit, not naughty, but broken one of my own rules, which is only trying to buy one thing a month. I did procure, for all of you cats up on the marketplace, you'll have seen a whole bunch of 1935 Redwings stuff drop. So I did grab a couple for the South American leg. And I tried one of them, and curiously enough, it's blending. Now San Fran and the one over at Fernando de Ordonha, the little island between that was used as a bridge by the Aeropostal crew, it doesn't mesh nicely with the old scenery and the old airfield and the new airfield, like San Fran, as we will see. Now, not really a criticism given how much. I mean, I think they've released in excess of about, must be coming up to 50 update, or 50 cities now, 50 airfields from the 1935 era. And why is that good? Well, with a bit of luck, I might be able to show you rather than just talk about it. I did also agonize and finally bit the bullet on Talg's the Llama. I was going to go for the Huey, but I just thought, again, the aesthetics of the Llama just, I don't know, intrigued me that little bit more. This feels fantastic. This does. So why do we need a Cub? I think in the case of this one we just do it. It feels beautiful. Oh, you got the smoke puttering out. Probably why I'm in trouble. I've got oil leaking or something. Some weird leakage. Don't know what that's all about. Hang on. Engine condition 100%. Have I broken it somehow? Probably. Okay, so this is one reason why I love the Redwings stuff. See anything different? That's pretty cool. The bridge ain't all there. That's really sweet. I really like that. I don't know, it just tickles my fancy. Could be alone on that score, but that's okay. I've been there before. So yeah, I've got this. I've got the Llama. I will in time get the Huey. just makes sense, doesn't it? But this is utterly gorgeous. Tell me that ain't a postcard right there, except for the little oil streaks coming off it. I think I've gone and done some serious damage to that bloody engine. That's for sure. And the rudder, not responding, the C rudder. Interesting. It was on the first couple of goes, so I don't think it's the CAS team, I think it's on me. But yeah, this is lovely, mate. This is really a joy to get about in. It's, I don't know, it's bare bones. Give yourself some juice. Hit the throttle and away you run. For the low and slow days. And the worn out paint jobs are great. The amount of paint jobs already up on TO are really, really cool. But how's that with the Golden Gate still underway with the old steam shovels building it on top? How stunning is that? Oh, we've got some aircraft flying about. A chopper. There we go. Kind of bit of, what do we call it? Cognitive dissonance. But I think they've done, I think the Redwings team have done Hollywood, New York, San Fran, and I've got a lot of them. I've got the Oakland scenery, which is gorgeous, as you cats all know, you've seen a lot of it. That's totally a postcard moment right there. See if we can get rid of that. Yeah, I don't know why she's trailing black smoke. That cannot be healthy. That's an old mechanic. That's something I wouldn't trust with that. For all the money in the world. Mind you, it does look very cool. Alright, so the rest of it is, I'm pretty sure they've done pretty much most of the town, most of the city. Let's make sure our instruments aren't giving us too much stick. Temp, okay. We've got no oil pressure. $2,300 stockers. 60-70 knots. And yet we're not really seeing any heartache on that. Did I leave? I don't know, maybe I did. I didn't touch the oil. I know you can have a look at the donk. You can, all of you cats who know, you know this aircraft. You can pull the covers off, you can check the, you can do the dipstick and do the fuel, all the good things right there. So, if I've got something wrong, I'm sure one of you cats will tell me. But, let's take it down. Other than that, actually, let's go for a day trip to Alcatraz, because that'd be a blast, wouldn't it? That would be a blast. So yeah, I planned a vignette, and I might try and do it this weekend as well, because we've got utterly miserable bloody weather down here in outside Melbourne, and it is just crap. The wind is up, the rain is up. It's a good thing, because when summer rolls around, I don't think we'll cop any major heartache with the fires, which is always good. But yeah, it's a bit of a problem when, you know, the weather's really crap. And also, of course, last night we had the big crowd strike, so if ever I watch this video, at least I'll be able to date it to the day or the day after the world's computers went down, major computer units went down. And that's obviously interesting, because what does that teach us about monopoly? Whether it's food or power, internetsing or anything in between. Here we go. We'll help Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage break off the rock. Or maybe we'll just leave them there, frankly. I think it was a pretty crap film, so. Oh, getting a bit funky. Wi-Fi, are you getting a bit funky? Let's have a look over here. And load in. All along the watchtower. And Justice for All. Was that the old Christian Slater? Who was in that? Gary Oldman and Christian Slater? This is lovely for the long and slow. I think it was about 26 bucks Oz. So yeah, it's really, I think it's worth it. It's surprisingly good. Oh, well, it's not surprisingly good. Everyone's raving about it. Rightly so. Like I said, my only thing is I've got to get used to, you know, the startup procedure, because I'm doing everything identically every time, and it's very hit and miss on the startup for me. So yeah, that's how it goes. So like I said, there's a whole bunch. So the whole style crew, the Redwings crew, 1935 scenery, must take the count up to near 50, and this week, or the past couple of weeks, have just dumped the marketplace with the South American leg finally, for those intrepid adventurers who would take off on the west coast of Africa and venture over to Recife and Natal and work their way up and down the coastline there. And I forget the name of the book, I think I've mentioned it a few times now. Great read about why it was so difficult to get up and running, and the sheer amount of, I don't know, maybe human determination, maybe ego, maybe greed and graft and money and corruption, persistence, grit, however you want to frame it, were all necessary to make that that whole cocktail, that cocktail of all those components, to make it all happen. And the reason is because it was, you know, you were dealing with political autocrats and dictators, well, virtually dictators, for lack of a better word by today's standards, who at the snap of a finger said yes or no. Now they either have jacarandas over there, which is entirely plausible, or that's missing some texture, which is also entirely plausible. Might be a pretty garden somewhere. I'm going to go with that. It's a pretty garden somewhere. So I'm pretty sure they've revamped all the buildings to match up to the 1935 scenery. Somebody from SF, I'm sure, can tell me. It's grab our obligatory postcard. Yes, I did grab Talg's Llama. I pulled out some freeway scenery. Like I said, I'll do a quick run in that just for the proverbial poos and giggles, and hopefully post that later tomorrow. But for now, I just wanted to grab the Cub, take her up, see what it's like, especially with the seaplane variant. And gosh darn if it isn't really one of the sweetest things. It's so lovely. Well, hello. There we go, quick run through SF, and we'll plonk her down just south of the harbour, I think, here. What else? There's doubtless other crap I want to mention, but I'll get round to it. Yeah, the Huey, the Cub, 1935, look, you know, that's enough rambling for one 20-minute go live, surely. Let's bring it down, see how I go, see if I don't muck this up as well. Very, very sweet. No. I know why, because I've set the outer edge of my throttle to adjust the height. Trouble is, my palm keeps going against it, making me lower it. Okay, you're a bit hideous. What are you? Do I know what you are? You're an ugly boat. You're a should-be boat. You're a definitely not boat. Ah well, ain't that just living? Alright, so let's try and gently bring her down. Keeping her off the step, hopefully not doing too much heartache. Oh, look at that. Bubbling along. Bubbling along. Let us slow down. Now, do we have flaps? I didn't even think to check. I imagine we... It's about... golden moment. Alright, let's see if we cut off. Now in this case, cut the fuel on this puppy. And I think we've got to, don't we? Doesn't that empty out the fuel? Okay. So everything's behaving itself. But again, we've cut mixture, we've cut fuel, we've turned the Maggies off, and she's still running. Okay, so that's something. Don't know what that's all about. So yeah, hit miss on the startup. Let's open those doors again, shall we? Cool. Now, see if I can do it. This is the tricky one for me. No. Come on, Bubba. Huh. Again, I must have mucked around for this thing for rock and roll. Third go. Third time's the charm. Now does the rudder come down now? Because it did before. Why have I got heartache there? Baby, you're leaking oil somewhere. Now I've obviously done something to break your heart. And that breaks my heart, kiddo. So, anyway, that's the way it goes. So, there you go, man. The new couple of kinks to work out. But it's just really impressive as hell. I'll leave it at that, beautiful human beings. Stay safe, stay sane, catch you later. Bye. Hello, big beautiful world. Today, the Cub. The Cub. The one everyone's talking about, the classic aircraft simulations Cub from a month ago. It is, it is heaven and hell. It is heaven and hell. It is stunning. I bought it just before the seaplane version dropped. I recorded a video. Hopefully I'll just pair two of them up. We're flying around 1935, the Redwings 1935 Oakland scenery and San Fran scenery, and so they're both heaven and hell, both the Redwings scenery and this Cub, for different reasons. So we're in cold and dark. We've got just want to see something. Yeah, so we should theoreticals be able to start. Come on, kid. Yeah, okay, cool. Look, we've got a bit of juice. Got the Maggies on. Let's just try and crank her. Not ready. Cool. So for all of you who've even got your eye on it, it's a bit of a no-brainer. It's just, do we need another Cub really? Do we need another Piper Cub? I think in this case, yeah, the answer is yes. So just to make sure we're all behaving.
Clear prop.
Cool. Now we don't have. Yep, we don't have props. The chocks. So theoretically, come on, bub. Okay, well, let's try something a little bit differently. Now I know it's probably going to flood. That's it. That's all I wanted. Come on, kiddo. Oh man, can be usually just my idiotic ways, but I don't think it is. From all accounts, this is a terror. There we go, flooded. So I shouldn't have primed it, obviously, but you know, I did, and let's just reset. No. Let us cold and dark. So we're ready.
Clear prop.
In another lifetime, a long time ago, I'm not going to bang on about the past, but in another lifetime I was a mechanic, so I gotta tell you, I have worked on thousands, possibly tens of thousands, rock and roll, of cars, and more than a handful of aircraft donks down through the years, engines down through the years. This is arguably a little bit too idiosyncratic, a little too quirky. I think the secret, I don't know, it could be joystick to joystick, but the secret with mine is you don't give it 10% of the throttle, you give it full throttle. Don't prime it, give it full throttle. This is true of both the seaplane variant, which dropped the other day, the floatplane variant, as well as this. So anyway, let's come off the handy, see if we can get ourselves some movement. There we go. And also I've noticed that some people can fly with the door and windows latched. I myself can't. I seem to get a crash. So it could be something again based around my system. But I'm thinking not. All I know is it's, well, if I'm to put it mildly, it's an original. This, and for better or worse, it's an original, and that's fantastic. It certainly feels the business. So I'm just going to stay on full until I get a bit of height. So yeah, this is the Oakland 1935 Redwings scenery, and again, I really do love it. Again, I wish the signal lights were a little more diffused, and I know they're working on that, I believe, but it's a fascinating little beastie. The only other interesting thing here is, if you have a look over here, Oakland, curiously enough, is a two-parter, because you've got a little seaplane takeoff area as well along here, which is kind of cool, kind of neat. I didn't know that about it. You actually have, and in fact it looks like you've got, what do we got in there? A cat? Is that a cat? Yeah, it's a cat. Alright. Very sweet. You've got a little Catalina already waiting in there. Lovely. Alright, so we're going to take a nice slow back over, I think it's Half Moon Bay. Never having gone to San Fran, I'm just trying to go from my my long distant memory. Now over there, we're seeing the green light for for San Fran, and I believe it'll be San Fran anyway. Hang on, let's have another look. 21, yeah, sounds about right. So up north there, northwest, it's going to be San Fran, Maine, and all is well and good. Any of you cats who've caught my vids know that I absolutely love the Redwings crew. I love the Bugatti. I love the 1935 scenery. I love the Phantomas. They got some weird and wackies, and I just love where they're coming from. I love the fact that they have single-handedly, through the flight sim, have educated me to the power of and the significance of latte cruer and aeropostal. Sorry, I wanted to scratch my ear. Thank you, and so I feel like the Redwings crew have unwittingly enriched my life, and I thank them for that. That being said, it's probably about a dozen or so 1935 centenary packs I haven't bought yet. They tend to be cheap as chips here in Oz, probably about $10 on average, a little bit cheaper for the most part, so less than $5 US or €5. And if you're like me and you want that kind of other world sensation once in a while, I reckon these 1935 packages are a great boon, a real add. Over the weekend, this weekend, they've put a new tranche of the 1935 stuff up, all for the South American stuff, which is absolutely fantastic. So nice day to be flying out over the bay. So yeah, you've got Recife, and you've got Natal, and you've got a few San Vittorio, a few others up there. Again, tracing out the 1935 pioneering exploratory route that would later be used by Aeropostal and eventually be swallowed up, I think, by TWA ultimately. It ended up, I think, from memory, getting a monopoly on it all. Now, all that being said, everything has worked beautifully for me, bar the one we're coming over now, which is San Fran itself, San Fran International as it would later become. Sorry, I just bumped the mic, I might leave a noise. And I think it's Isla Fernando de Noreña, the tiny little island. I think it maybe, I don't know, less than 1,000 miles off the South American coast there. And the reason is they just don't seem to mesh nicely. But you know what? 2 out of the, I think, nearly 60 or so that I've seen released so far, and there are about 40 or so that I bought more, you know, I think that's pretty good going. I'd love these to be working because I love the full immersion factor, so hopefully those guys are working on sorting it out. I did reach out to the Redwings team at one point, and they said it appears to be a problem with the meshing of anything out in the main directory rather than in the community folder. And I know with all my heart that is boring as batshit to all of you out there, but in case any of you who were concerned about it, or you got your doubts about it, there you go. That's my side of the story. So I think that's Treasure Island up there, and then further along we've got Alcatraz and interesting. Our airspeed doesn't look to be working. Oh, okay, curious. So I've noticed on the floatplane variant, I've noticed on the floatplane variant the rudder mechanism, rudder thing, you know, lowering of the rudder, the water rudder, the animation isn't working, and now it looks like this. The speed isn't working. So yeah, again, I don't know if you've got these problems out there. I don't think anyone else, I haven't seen them anywhere else in any of the footage, but there you go, interesting all the same. Now I'm going to fuse this, probably bring her in here, even if it doesn't look correct or great. I'll bring her in here, and that way I'll just fuse the seaplane version from yesterday with this one. And for any of you cats interested in it, in spite of this, in spite of the shortcomings, I think someone was saying about the graphics looking a bit dodgy up on the overhead linkage, but I'm not seeing that, so that's alright, that's good. And the only other thing is, yeah, the rudder animation not working. Other than that, it's tricky to start, it's easy to fly, it is a joy to get about in. It really is very lovely. And yeah, if it does come back to the question, really, do we need another Cub? In this case, I'm going to say sure. I really did hesitate in buying this. I really did think I don't need it, but it you know, as I say, it's got its own thing going, and it really does feel a business. And because I love that whole pre-war feeling, or pre-war delusion, if you will, this is perfect. It's just lovely. It's a worthwhile addition. This isn't after one of the flight paint jobs from .to, by the way, but you do get enough liveries with it, and you get a choice of dirty and clean on most of them. So yeah, it's a bit fantastic. Thanks all you guys for turning me onto it. I really wasn't, I just felt, yeah, I too felt that there was a bit of a glut on the whole Piper thing. I mean, I do see that, I think it's called Third Wind Simulation, of creating a fishless stork, which I will gobble up, because the stork is iconic, whether you're looking at, is it the Mato Grasso, the rescue of Mussolini, the Scorzani at the helm of the little Fiesler, 156. Rommel, hell, even the Allies used to nick him. Modi, Patton, who else? A lot of them. Tedder had one, I think, and what's his name? The Ike's Offsider. Even Eisenhower, I think, had a Fiesler. They'd all, you know, gobble them up. Now, to all intents and purposes, this is actually looking good from a distance. So maybe that may be fixed. Let's wait until we get a bit closer, eh? Have a look-see. That's pretty cool. If that's the case, that'll be a massive win. Nah, I have a feeling it's still a combination of the old and new. Either way though, we'll bring her into land and see what's what. Yeah, nice little EFB. You've seen all the vids. You can check out the donk, you can rip the cowling off, you can have the different, I think you can have the different filters on there. All very, very cool. All very, very sweet. But yeah, I'm thinking so it looks good. No, if you have a look, see how all the buildings are in the middle of the runway still? So yeah, that's still not resolved. Great shame, but like I said, everything else is working, all the other 1935 things except for that little island. But yeah, it still impresses the heck out of me. Look, we're just going to cut the donk, and yeah, so you can see even with the overlay of the modern SF. Oh no, it's just a freeway, isn't it? Yeah, that'll be the freeway right there. So it still hasn't effectively knocked it out. Bit of a bugger, but you know, like I said, hopefully the crew are working on it. Now, what I want to see is, do we have flaps? Nah. No. Mind you, it's a really nice postcard. A postcardy moment. The old and the new. Yeah. Let's just bring it down. That's the beauty of this thing. It's kind of like here. Yeah, that'll do. Go on, Bubba. Fantastic. Yeah, excellent little creature. Right down to the brakes, take them forever to stop, like the like that Hispano the other day. It's quite a timeless little critter, this thing. So yeah, is it worth it? Hell yeah, absolutely it is. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, do we cut it? Plunk on the handy. Yep. No, not first time. Come on, bub. Look, I'm quite cool living at that. Rock and roll. Let's hop out, see if we can hop out and do a walk. There we go. There we go, a couple of weirdos in there. Hippies, get out of my plane. Alright, big beautiful world. Stay safe, stay sane, and yeah, go out and grab it. I think you'll have a bit of a laugh. Alright, bye.